Welcome to Team Tigio Court TV, where we upload videos every single day. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share our videos.
Zachary McClellan on behalf of the people.
David Funk, P26715 on behalf of Mr. Goldberg.
All right, good morning. We're here for sentencing on a charge of delivery of methamphetamine and maintaining. Delivery has a 20-year statutory maximum. Maintaining has a 2-year statutory maximum. The guidelines are calculated at 30 to 50 months and 0 to 17 months, respectively. Counsel, have you had a chance to review the report and recommendations with your client?
Yes, I have, Judge.
Do you have any additions or corrections or scoring challenges?
No, sir.
Mr.
I have
McClellan?
one correction. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll always think of something. My client states, factually speaking, that when the two sales of methamphetamine happened on December 5th and December, I think, 12th of last year, the children were not present in the residence. They were with another person who's in the courtroom today and will answer any questions anyone has regarding where the children were. That's it.
Okay, well, Mr. McClellan, what's your response to that? This would be an objection to in the description of the offense narrative. It says the CI on page 2, where the CI advised that children were present in the home.
Your Honor, I would object to any correction on that without any further evidence. The police report indicates there were children in the residence.
And that's based upon what the CI reported. Was there any other information about that?
I do believe the CI reported it. In terms of other evidence corroborating that, off the top of my head, I'm not aware of any.
Suppose, Mr. Funk, one way we could address that expeditiously, if this would be satisfactory to you, would be to page 2. So Agent Lesky on page 2, under description of offense narrative, the paragraphs, looks like it's the 4th paragraph and the last paragraph where it says that children were in the home. If it can indicate the CI reported that there were children in the home, and then maybe a parenthetical that says the defendant denies that the children were present that day.
That would solve it.
All right. Any other requested changes, Mr.
No, sir. Thank you.
Mr. McClellan, any requested changes or scoring challenges?
No scoring challenges, Your Honor. There's a few typographical errors, I believe. One would be on CFJ 284, page 1, the 3rd paragraph. The word says police. I believe it should be polite. It's the last sentence.
I'm not super interested in those kind of changes.
Okay. Nothing then, Your Honor.
Okay. If you note just a misspelling, you can just bring those to the attention of Agent Lesky.
Okay.
Mr. Key, I'm going to put you in a waiting room while I finish up a sentencing here, and then I'll bring the answer, okay?
Good.
All right. Mr. Funk, anything you want to say?
Yes, sir. When Mr. Goldbeck hired me, Judge, I did an iChat review of his prior record and found nothing. As a matter of fact, I think Agent Lesky commented that he has no misdemeanors, no prior misdemeanors, no prior felonies. And I think he doesn't even have a prior driving history at all. So I was very surprised. I said, what brought you here today? And he told me, well, I decided since my mother used methamphetamine at some point in time, I would experiment with it. And that began the pavement that brought him right here to your courthouse 3 years ago. So he recognized that he had a problem once he got arrested. You can see that on page 4 in his own statement. And so what did he do about it? He enrolled on his own in Sunrise Center in Alpena, completed that program, and then has been involved ever since in their aftercare program every 2 to 3 weeks, and intends to continue to do that if allowed to do so. So here's a man who had a problem, a terrible problem, realized that it's an addiction, and he had to get control of it, and he did. And hopefully he'll maintain that type of sobriety in the future. So I'm going to ask the court to recognize those facts, if you will, in sentencing. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Golbeck, you don't have to tell me anything today, but it's allowed. Is there anything you want to tell me?
I just want to say that I got addicted to a terrible drug, and I recognize that. And I'll never have intention touching it again.
Thanks, sir. Mr. McClendon, any recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor. Defendant is 34 years old. He doesn't have any criminal history. As far as we're aware, he does have pending felony charges in Alpena County for a similar offense. This is a very serious offense. It's a 20-year felony. It occurred in a school zone. The CI did report there was children in the home. I understand that is disputed. And again, it's not just a simple possession case or a use case. This is a delivery where Mr. Golbeck is profiting off the pain of addiction of others. The benefit of the plea is pretty tremendous in this case. I believe, according to the scoring, it took off about 1.5 years of time of prison. Given that he has no criminal history, I think that that's appropriate, and we would ask the court to sentence him to the maximum cap. Additionally, Your Honor, it is noted in the pre-sentence report, there was 2 different buys. One buy, there was $200. The other buy, there was $60 for a total of $260. Those funds are reported unrecovered by Hunt. So we would request $260 in restitution for Hunt. Your Honor.
Thank you. Well, Mr. Golbeck, at 34 years of age, with no prior criminal record at all, this appears to be the first time you're standing in front of a judge for a sentence. Do you know, Mr. Funk, do you know what the Alpena status, are you representing him now?
I am.
He's scheduled for sentencing on December 1st.
Correct.
Have you received a PSI in that?
No, I have not. Ms. Lesky and I spoke about it. She's preparing it.
Is there a sentence agreement in that case?
No,
Isn't there a 90 day?
I'm sorry.
90 days.
Is that what's recommended? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, if I recall
might have been a
correctly from the
cap.
plea agreement as I'm preparing the PSI, it was a 90 days.
I know, was it pled down to possession or something?
No.
No.
All right, well, Mr. Golbeck, what's, is frustrating for in a case like this is I right now have 30 people participating in a drug treatment court program in Sheboygan County. Almost all of which are less deserving of a treatment court than you would be. We've been trying to build a program here. It's very tough in a much smaller county. I'm hopeful that in the next year or two we could have something built for that. Seems to me Mr. Golbeck would be an ideal candidate for something like that. We don't have that. So then I'm stuck with, the traditional sentencing, which means that, with these guidelines, you're coming to court, your first sentencing, and you're going to prison. That's unfortunate. Sounds like you do recognize that this was a bad situation. You've taken some steps to address it. But the guidelines in these cases are quite high. Delivery of methamphetamine is a Class B felony. So even with really Not a whole lot of aggravating circumstances here. You're at 30 to 50 months. Meaning 2.5 years is the lowest, really. Absent some reason not taken into account in the guidelines, which I don't think is really present here. There's a sentence agreement for a 36-month cap. I think taking all these things into account, there's some fines and costs as follows: $136 in state costs, crime victims assessment of $130, court costs of $350. You have to comply with DNA testing and pay a $60 fee, restitution of $260. And on the charge of delivery of methamphetamine, I'm going to commit you to the Michigan Department of Corrections on the low end of the guidelines for not less than 30 months nor more than 20 years with credit for 4 days previously served. The maintaining charge would be a commitment of 12 months to 2 years. Again, credit for 4 days previously served. Those sentences will run concurrent with each other. Mr. Goldbeck, I don't know what Alpena County is going to do with you. But then once you get through the intake process or during the intake process at Jackson, they're going to assess you for whether you're eligible for participation in the special alternative incarceration program, boot camp program. I'm going to wait and see, what they do about that. And they may send me a letter about that I'll consider at that time. So you want to be sure to be on your best behavior through all that process. You can appeal if you wish by filing an application with the Court of Appeals. If you want to, I have point one for you, but you have to ask me within 6 months. We're going to hand you a piece of paper explaining the appeal rights. Ask you to initial one copy for us. The other ones for you to fill out if you want to take an appeal. Do you have any questions for me, Mr. Goldbeck? Good luck to you, sir.
Yes. Thank you, Judge. That's all I have before you today.
All right. You have a good day, Mr. Goldbeck.